All right, Chris, thank you so much. And you talk about that smoke. When I arrived in this area maybe a couple of minutes ago, there was a large black plume of smoke that popped up, and it was only up for a brief second. My assumption here is that firefighters are working to put out maybe some hot spots or some flare-ups. We are just a couple of miles down, really kind of a couple of minutes down from where that refinery fire happened. And if you go a little bit further down on the other side of this camera, it's a community, it's a neighborhood, and this is why they had to issue that precautionary mandatory evacuations. Now, earlier today, there was a press conference, and we had a lot of questions as to what started this fire. There was a mention of a leak at one of those containment facilities. They said that that leak is what started the fire, but what led up to the leak? Those are a lot of questions that weren't answered. Another question, of course, was air quality. Everyone was concerned as you have that smoke and that plume of smoke coming from a petrochemical facility. What could be in the air, and if the air is safe enough for us to be around or out here in this area? And to answer some of those questions, we have team coverage for you tonight. Whitney Miller, she's talking about the schools that had to evacuate as part of that mandatory evacuation order. And we have Alyssa Curtis, who spoke with some of the people who were the first to evacuate from this community. But we begin this evening with Paul Murphy giving us an update on where we stand right now. Paul. All right, Chris, thank you so much. Right now, since we've been out here, me along with my colleagues have been taking a look at the facility where that fire has happened, at the Marathon facility, which is not too far behind us. Every couple of minutes, it seems like we've seen those huge black plumes of smoke coming from that area. So while that fire may have gone down, it seems like firefighters are still working to put that fire out and to contain it. So many flare-ups are still happening, and one of those flare-ups actually showed flames coming from the area. So obviously this is still a fire that's a work in progress. We will continue, of course, to keep you updated on the Marathon facility fire that is happening here in Garyville with a live report coming up on the Eyewitness News at 6 o'clock. For right now, we go to the CBS Evening News. Thank you so much for joining us.